Alright, this is a walkthrough of activity 12-1, backing up files and folders using the NT-Backup utility. Starting at number 1, you'll hit the Start button, go to All Programs, Accessories, the System Tools, and Backup. I'm going to show you this real quick. Hitting Properties, you see that it is an executable called NT-Backup.exe. So you could do the same thing by just saying run, say NT-Backup.exe. We'll bring up the same program, and this is the wizard, which we're not going to use for this setting. So all programs, accessories, system tools, backup, we'll fire up the backup utility. And as I said, this is the wizard, which we don't want to do. We want to go into advanced mode per number 2, and this brings us to the fully functional program. I have maximized it so you can see all contents on the screen. We want to go to the second tab, which is backup. These just fire up additional settings. Hitting that will load up a different wizard, which we don't want. We're just going to go straight to the backup tab, and we're going to go ahead and search for the files we wish to back up. And any time where there's a checkbox, we can check it, and that will be selected in our backup scheme. We're going to open up under C drive, Windows. We're going to go down to System 32, and we're going to browse down to our config folder, and it just wants us to view to see that yes, there are files there, the relative dates. We're going to go ahead and include that in our backup, so that's really the only thing. And you'll notice we have grade checks. That just means that something in there has been selected under Windows and under System 32. In this case, it's the single folder config. And we're going to go ahead and name our backup file. In this case, we'll say browse. And we're going to select, even though we have a D drive on here, that's our DVD, and we need a writable drive. So we're going to select E, and we're going to call it per number 8 backup dash config .bkf, being those are backup files. This is a form of archive file that Windows Backup uses, NT-Backup. We'll say save. So now we should have, in some systems that have a D drive, it would be D. In my case, it would be E, because that's the second writable disk, because D is the optical disk. And we're going to go ahead and hit the Start Backup button. And this brings up our job. We're going to keep everything normal, except we're going to go ahead and hit the Advanced tab, the Advanced button, and it wants to verify data after backup. Looking at the different backup types, if you remember previously in the chapter, we have different types. We're going to leave it at normal. That just means copy everything. We're not looking for changes. We're going to copy everything all at once in this folder, and we're going to say OK. And that adds a step of it actually going through a checksum after it's done backing up, file by file, to make sure that the contents are properly backed up. So at this point we are ready to go. So we'll say Start Backup, and we're going to wait. And it has run through the full folder. Said we had 41 files, and there were 41 files present, and it's done. Now we want to go ahead and hit the report button, and this brings up a backup log showing that what was done. We can browse through here to see if it hit any errors with any files, if there was anything that was out of the ordinary with the backup. Plus, it records what type of backup and when, how long it took, how big it was, all the vital statistics. And we're done with that. That file will be saved in the system, and we're pretty much done. We'll go ahead and close that out, and we'll close it all out. That is pretty much a quick and dirty walkthrough of using the NT-Backup utility just to back up a folder. This concludes our walkthrough of activity 12-1, backing up files and folders using the backup utility.